Well, Francis Ngannou proved nearly all of us wrong. And when I say nearly all of us, there were some of you out there saying, yeah, Francis has got this. Sorry, I'm still staggered by this whole thing. Francis has got this. I'm like, yeah, best of luck with that. Best of luck with that. But Francis Ngannou just lost to Tyson Fury by a single point on one of the judges' scorecards. Listeners, we are going to go into the fight now. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you wish. Tell me your thoughts on this fight, because Francis Ngannou has shocked the world. He's put up a tremendous performance against Tyson Fury. He lost a split decision. He won 95-94 on one of the judges' scorecards, 96-93, 95-94 the other two scorecards for Fury. But the big moment of the fight was the knockdown from Ngannou of Fury in the third. A crashing left hand in the middle of an exchange between the two men that hit on the top of Fury's head. I believe as well the left hand sort of like deflected off the shoulder and it sort of bounced up onto the top of the head. So if it hadn't hit the shoulder, it might have landed cleaner on the jaw, but may not have actually knocked him down, because when you land on the top of the head like that, that sort of glancing blow, it knocks the equilibrium off, takes your feet out from underneath you. And down went Fury. And it was like, there's no way, is there? There's no way could he actually do this. Now, I will say that watching Fury get dropped is a pretty regular occurrence now, considering that he was dropped 4 times by Deontay Wilder in their trilogy. Obviously the 2 in the first fight, the 2 in the third fight. But you know, Fury's new style of where like he presses into people and like he sort of pushes the opposition back instead of drawing them on and making them miss and then punish them on the miss. You know, actually starting exchanges. It shows that, you know, he can finish guys now and can get more sort of spectacular finishes like the Dillian Whyte one, that uppercut that he got. Although with that one, he did draw him on after pressing into him. However, it does put him into more dangerous circumstances, and that is a huge takeaway from this, is that it's not just Deontay Wilder, it is also Francis Ngannou that can do this. Can Alexander Usyk do that? I would probably venture a guess no, that he could not do that. Could Anthony Joshua do that? Almost quite possibly, yes, he could do that to Tyson Fury. Fury is hittable when he comes forward. That is something that we have now learnt about him, because it translates not just from Wilder, who has got the freak power, but also a guy who is an absolute amateur at boxing. Francis Ngannou put on a tremendous performance. I do think he sort of lost his way in those middle rounds, where he felt good after that knockdown and was sort of like looking for that, and maybe ignored the fact that the knockdown came off of his game planning, which was opening up to the body, long jabs to the body, long step-ins to the body, and jabs from there, which does leave you to sort of counter uppercuts, but Fury didn't seem at all bothered in that type of exchange. But yeah, just landing to the body with coming up top afterwards, so, you know, you throw the left hand jab to the body with the right hand coming up top. I would have liked to have seen some more straights to the body from Francis. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this, that I'm critiquing his performance in a positive way. Of like, well, he could add this, rather than, you know, like, he did well to survive. What was I going to say? Yeah, I would have liked more right hands to the body. He also switched stances with Tyson Fury as well, so then he made his right hand a lead hand, had some nice right hooks off of that going into the later rounds. But those sort of middle rounds 4, 5, 6, when Fury took over after being dropped, Francis was kind of like loading up on big shots, singular shots to the head, rather than actually like working behind a game plan with a jab to the body. I get the thing of like jabbing to the body, break down the body, and then go up top. But yeah, I found it odd that he didn't just go back to it. But again, you're in that moment. It's an incredibly stressful experience, you know. I can't really blame the man for going away from his game plan for a little bit, but he went back to it, and in the later rounds, caused Fury some problems. Like round 8, there were some exchanges in there that Francis was absolutely causing Fury a lot of problems. A lot of problems here. How did I score the fight? I hear none of you ask. I scored it 7 rounds to 3 for Fury. Rounds 2, 3, and 8 for Francis, but with round 3 being the 10-8. To be honest, kind of felt like it was a draw. It kind of felt like a draw, didn't it? In terms of moral victory, there is only one, and that's Francis Ngannou. It shows that he has boxing ability to challenge top guys. May not beat them. I mean, there are some that I think he could beat. I think a Derek Chisora or a Dillian Whyte, he could definitely beat. Maybe a Sergey Pavlovich. Could he beat that level of boxer? Joseph Parker? Joe Joyce? Could he beat Joe Joyce in a 10-round fight? I mean, would he go to 12 at this stage now? Or would he stay at 10? I mean, I would personally stay at 10 rounds if I'm Francis. But yeah, there are loads of intriguing matchups now for Francis. Like, that PFL contract is going to gather some dust. He ain't fighting in MMA anytime soon. It's Francis. I mean, we saw the Superman punch. Popped for that. So, thank you, Francis. But, yeah, he's not going back to MMA, is he? Like, or is he just going to fight out his two fights deal at the PFL and then just box and just make a load more money that way? God, Dana must be pissed. He must be pissed at this. God almighty. Let's talk about Tyson Fury just for a moment. He looked terrible. He looked god-awful. And that is a man who is not going to fight Alexander Usyk on December 23rd. 8 weeks to turn that around. He looked hideously out of shape. Like, here's the thing with Fury is that, like, you don't know if he's in bad shape or not until you actually watch the fight, because he's basically got the same body in all of his fights. But I was watching this, I'm like, he is not in a good way. Gets cut in the second. He's got, slightly bruised up face. Francis, by the way, those clinch uppercuts, oh my lord, beautiful. Didn't allow Fury to actually engage in the clinch, because there was the whole thing of like, Fury can clinch him and sort of weigh on him, but it's like Francis just pushed him off at one stage, and you could see Fury's like, okay, I guess that's done, and had to sort of resort back to the jab. That's kind of what won Fury those sort of middle rounds 4, 5, and 6. And you could see in round 7 at the end of it that Fury was starting to gas as well. Fury was just in terrible shape. He's not fighting Usyk in December, which is a real shame. I think, honestly, with an 8-week camp after this performance, I think Usyk beats Fury. I'm pretty confident on that. But again, I don't think they're going to fight on December 23rd. They're probably going to push that to February or March. Man, Francis Ngannou. I mean, he's got the moral victory. He's got the victory of people who watch this. People are probably going to think it was a robbery. For me, it's not a robbery. Like, if it's a close fight, it's close, isn't it? Like, you can't call a close fight a robbery. If it was a clear domination from Francis, which some idiots would say that, but then, yeah, maybe. But no, this was not a robbery. I want to see Francis box now. I don't really care to see him fight some jabroni in the PFL. Who's he going to fight? Fucking Ryan Bader? No, thank you. Just let him box. This was great. This was so entertaining. And Francis, like, he looked the part. He felt the part. He looked like he belonged at that level. And, that MMA shortcut of going, using your MMA career to create like a big boxing matchup for yourself where you can make a load more money. Not only that, he's going to make more money, but he's also skipped the queue, and he's also like found his niche for himself. I mean, admittedly, it helps that it's a heavyweight, which is still limited. Even, you know, boxing and MMA, that's the problem with those divisions. That those guys are limited. You can go very far with a limited tool set, which Francis has, and very limited experience, obviously. But man, Francis Ngannou, what a man. What an absolute hero for this performance against Tyson Fury. Listeners, you can leave a comment, like, subscribe, send us an email at holdonbrother69@gmail.com. I will be back next week to talk about something else that's going on in the fight world. There's loads of things that's always going on about the fight world. There's going to be more breakdown from this. I'm going to have to watch it again, give it a bit more of a cold, sober analysis. But yeah, just this instant reaction here. Francis Ngannou, you are an absolute hero, and you almost pulled off the greatest sporting achievement I've maybe ever seen. I doff my cap to you, Francis. And Tyson Fury, sort yourself out, because I want to see you in good shape for Usyk.